If you're a heat and air machine technician or even a salesperson, what does forgiveness have to do with your sales process and why does it matter? This is a super important question. I'm Scott Bell. I'm coming to you live from the big island of Hawaii on a perfect day to talk about sales and a perfect day to talk about you. I want to talk to you about a common coaching issue that I see when I deal with salespeople, entrepreneurs, and people who have to go out and sell things to make a living or make deals. And one of the things is the feeling like I missed out, I screwed up, and I can't forgive myself. And so there's a reason why I'm coming to you live from the big island right behind me here at this park in the time of the Kingdom of Hawaii. If you could make it to that structure and touch it, you were forgiven for whatever you did, right? And it's not easy to get here. And so I want to remind you that forgiveness is not an easy path for you to take, especially if you put in time, energy, effort, risk, money, or reputation. Those are the six things that it comes to for when it comes to rejection. And it's super important for you to know that, because the more time, energy, effort, risk, money, or reputation you put into something, the higher the risk of rejection, the higher you feel like, hey, something went wrong here and now I got a problem. So let's say that you've got a product, a service, widget, gizmo that you were selling and that you were preparing to take to the marketplace. You wanted to talk to somebody and you had this deal. You had a big deal. It was an awesome deal. It was a fantastic deal. But for whatever reason, you missed it. You didn't close right. You didn't give the right presentation. You absolutely, positively have to be willing to forgive yourself. And just like this, like get to the point where you can go and touch the wall. It's a trek. It's a path. It's a thing for you to do. It's a thing for you to learn. And like when salespeople are brand new, when entrepreneurs are brand new, it's hard for them to figure this out, right? And this is why you should join my email list. I'll give you the goods, not in the Facebook group, not in the YouTube channel. So like right up here, there's a URL. Type that into a browser, go to it, and every time you put in your email address, not every time, you could just drop in your best email address and your name, and I'll give you the goods, not in the Facebook group, not in the YouTube channel. So you, my friend, have to positively learn how to forgive yourself. Like today, I'm gonna forgive myself for not doing a perfect video. The lighting is over here, it's hitting the side of my face, it's not direct. But what's more important is the message. And so let's say that you meet with Mr. Big, Mrs. Big, the buyer, the client, and you completely screw up. One of the coolest things you could do is keep a journal and then just not make that mistake again. Forgive yourself. Just like literally say, hey, I forgive myself for today for making that mistake, right? It's like you're walking over there, you're climbing over everything to go touch the wall, you're making things happen, MIH. My friend, in order for you to get to the next level, and this is super important, in order for you to get to the next level, you are going to have to learn how to forgive yourself for the mistakes you make. On average, I make 4 a day, and number 4, I go home and I take a nap, right? That's how I deal with it. I make fun of it, and I just say, hey, here is what you need to know. This is how it's gonna go down, and this is how it's gonna happen. So my challenge for you this week, forgive yourself for something that you've done wrong. Like, I screwed up, I didn't ask the right question. I screwed up, I didn't ask for the business. I screwed up, I didn't take long enough for the presentation. Forgive yourself and then just don't do it again, right? The best thing that you could do is just not make that same mistake. So like if you were to go over there and you were to touch that wall and you were to get forgiveness from the king for making the mistake, that is gonna be very similar to what you are up against. And you know, here's the thing. It's all about learning. Like when doctors have a business, it's called a practice, right? In all realities, they should call entrepreneurism and sales a practice. You're practicing to get better. You're learning how to get better, right? Like I have to know where the light is, but I couldn't set up my camera in a way that would be meaningful for you to see the wall back here and be like, hey, I can actually forgive myself for making a mistake. You can too. This week, your challenge to literally say, I forgive myself for making a mistake when it came to the sales process with Bob and Betty Smith, or when it came to Big Company Incorporated. It is okay to screw up. Just don't keep screwing up, right? You made the mistake, take your lumps, move on. You got 1 of 3 things to do from here, just 1 of 3. Find the subscribe button, click on it, and every time I send out a video, you'll get an update. 2, hit subscribe or follow if this is social media. 3, share this with a friend. Hey, so today, if you're like, hey Scott, what are you looking at? Well, let me pan this out for you. Got some awesome palm trees, right? It's a awesome Sunday morning, fantastic Sunday morning. Just past the reef here, everybody's allowed to snorkel, so you got people snorkeling. Some of the best snorkeling in the world out here. And then you got the park. Just want to let you know that I do appreciate you. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Mahalo and aloha.